Testing, testing, testing. Shalom Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahshua to the brothers. Yahweh Shemar the Thug Shem Yahshua to the sisters. I'm preaching officer Karam Mashak. I'm subbing in for preaching officer Kapar. Um, can all the brothers and sisters do me a favor? Please chime in a one if you can hear me. If the sound is too loud, go ahead and hit a one for me if the sound is too loud. If you can hear me, okay. So I can go ahead and get started with the class. Baba Kashah. Let's see. All right, I'm going to get started. So this is the ISUBK under Commander General Yohana, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We're going to be going over the Lashawan. Lashawan is the Holy Tongue. The Holy Tongue basically is the ancient Hebrew. That's what Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians spoke when we was basically in ancient times before we got oppressed and put into this captivity, put it back into Egypt. We spoke the Lashawan. So I'm going to get started with the alphabet. And if you don't got a chart, go ahead and please comment down in the comment section so we can go ahead and get it over to you. We're gonna go ahead and start with the ancient Hebrew. All right, so this here is the ancient Hebrew. This was what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians spoke when we was free, when we was basically still following the Most High. The reason we stopped going off this language is because the Most High took it away from us because our transgressions towards Him. So we're finally coming back into it through the grace of the Most High because He, letting us remember it again. He's bringing it back on us. So we're gonna start off with I. This is I. We're gonna go ahead and go all the way down to tha. So ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka. Notice that the ka, this character ka, is it's a little twist to it from this character. This is a straight hard ka. This is a ka and this is a ka. So I'm going to move on. Ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, kwa, ra, sha, da. I'm going to give you guys a couple more seconds to go and write that down and get it all squared away. Once again, this is the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 125th, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the chosen people of the Most High, not the fake Jewish. That's why they're called Jewish. They're acting like us. They're acting like Jews. They're not Jews. The Lord said that clear as day, that they're not Jews. And we, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, are destroyed. We need to come back into the graces of the Most High. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. I'm paraphrasing. We're destroyed for the lack of knowledge because we reject his knowledge. We don't never want to learn anything. I'm going to give you guys a couple more seconds to go and get this copy down. Like I said, if you don't have a chart, go ahead and comment it down in the comment section, and I'm gonna go ahead and get that over to you as soon as possible. I'm waiting on the precinct officer Kapar. He's a little tied up. He's a little busy, so I'm gonna go ahead and hold it down for him until he's available. All right. So you guys should have this down. If you don't have a chart, go ahead and comment it down in the comment section, and we'll go ahead and get that over to you. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Assyrian. The Assyrian is basically a bastardized language that the oppressors tried to make our original language, which is the Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew. He tried to make it and bastardize it, just like English. English is not the proper English that we think of over here in America. So I'm going to start with the Assyrian. And like I said, the Assyrian is only a bastardized language, but we do know how to, speak Assyrian as well. So I'm going to get started. Actually, I'm going to go ahead. This is ah. For the Assyrian, it's going to be ah. That's how you write ah. That's how you do it. If you can't see the board, please comment down below and let me know that you can't see it, and I'll try to go ahead and work it out for you to my best of my ability. I'm gonna move it back a little bit. That is ah for the Assyrian. Now we're gonna go ahead and go to the next word, which is ba. That is ba for the Assyrian. Going to copy that down. And Salakia for the tardiness as well. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next character, which we have God. That's God in the Assyrian. That oppressor is such an oppressor that we can't even keep our own language. We have nothing to do. I'm talking about us as a people, not us as ISUPK, but us as a people has nothing to do with the ancient the ancient Hebrew. Only us in the ISUPK have figured it out, have got our language back through the grace of the Most High for giving it to Commander General Yohana to give to us. The oppressor is such an oppressor, we can't even keep our damn language. We can't keep our holy days. And when I say we, I'm talking about us as a people. Us in the ISUPK, we keep these things. We keep these laws. And we keep these statutes and we keep these commandments. I'm gonna go ahead and move on. Go to another character. After God, it's gonna be Da. That's how you will make the character for Da. Go ahead and write that down, copy it down. If you cannot see the board, please comment it in the comment section, and I'll go ahead and make adjustments for you. If you need a chart, go ahead and comment it down that you need a chart. Any questions, any comments, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section. And I'm making my best to try to get those questions answered. And try to basically fulfill your needs that you need. If you need help on the Lashawan, please come to class. Or if you are unable to come to class, please, keep attending classes online. And just I'll go ahead and send you over a chart, and we'll get that to you ASAP. So I'm gonna go ahead and move Da. Next word, or Salaki, next character, gonna be Ha. That's how you make a Ha. All these things is for our learning, for our gain, and for our benefit. We need to all come back to the Most High. The Most High is not playing with these heathen nations, and He's also not playing with us. So that's why we have to keep these things. We have to come back. We have to re-educate ourselves through the grace of the Most High. The ISUPK has to educate you. Because without the ISUPK, there is no prophets. There's a lot of fake Israelites that try to mimic us a lot, but just don't know that they're damaging themselves. They don't like to come get taught. They don't like the harshness of the Most High's words. So of course they will go and they will make their own Israelite group. If you don't like the harshness of the Most High words, don't come in here. I'm gonna be honest with you. But if you could take the harshness of His words, then get in class, man. Because his destruction is coming ASAP. It's coming quick. All right, so I'm going to move from that. That's hot. Now I'm going to go to Wa. And that's how you make the Wa in the ancient, Salaki, in the Assyrian. The Assyrian Hebrew, that's going to be how you make a Wa. Now, it shouldn't take this long, so I'm going to just go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Like I said, if it take you that long, and just go ahead and comment down that you need a chart, and we'll go ahead and get that to you. So that was Wa. Now I'm going to go to the Za. Za is going to be, I might have put a little emphasis on that line. That is going to be Za. notice that what I had up here in the beginning, which is the ancient Hebrew, I did it quicker. The Assyrian is kind of it's a little different, it got double characters, and like I said, it don't resonate like that, but we train our mind for it to resonate. This is Zah in the Assyrian Hebrew or in the Assyrian language. I'm gonna go ahead and erase that. Now we're gonna go ahead and make Ka. Ka. That's how you will make Ka in the Assyrian language. When you come into these classes, man, it's just like you're being reborn again. You leave all what the oppressor taught you, and you leave it at the door. Kid you not, you leave it at the door because it is not welcome in the ISUPK. In the ISUPK, we go off of our language, we go off of our heritage and our history. This is it's just like coming back in with the Most High. And not just like Salakia for that, but it is coming back in with the Most High. It's getting back re-educated, re-taught, relearned through the Most High's graces. I don't know if you guys are aware. I'm pretty sure you are, but there is a war right now between Ukraine and Russia. So that's just the outskirts of it. It is a war right now between Ukraine and the with Russia and the United States. That's the public size war. But the one with Ukraine and Russia, it's only a mimic. It's only going to lead to a bigger war because Ukraine is for the United States and the United States is for Ukraine. So if Russia attacks one, they attack all. It's all it's in their NATO function, their NATO duties. I believe it's called Article 5. Attack on one is attack on all. And right now, Ukraine is trying to join up with NATO. So once they approve that, Lord be with you if you ain't in these classes, man. Next Assyrian word is going or Assyrian character is going to be Ta. That's how you make Ta in the Assyrian language. If you need a chart, a copy of the chart, go ahead and tell me you need a copy of the chart inside the comment section. If you have any questions, I'll go ahead and try to make it my best to answer your questions. That's how you make Ta. Next Assyrian word is gonna character is gonna be Ya. Just like that. That's how you make Ya. Going to give you guys a couple seconds, literally, because we're only going with one word today at a time. Now, after Ya, this gets a little confusing to some people. It'll resonate to you once you get it, but to the new brothers and sisters who coming in, this is Ka. Now that is Ka. Ka has two characters to it. This Ka you use in the beginning of a sentence, and then this Ka, which is separate, is going to be another I just got parentheses around it just so I could basically highlight the ka. So you guys don't have to copy the parentheses. But this is going to be used in the beginning of a sentence. This ka will be used at the very end of a sentence. All right. We're gonna go into examples when the precinct officer Kapar get ready to come up here. Like I said, this guy, and it's about five characters with double characters. This ka is used in the beginning of a sentence. This ka is used in the middle or the end of a sentence. So you got to make sure you know which one to use when you're writing out the Syrian. So we're gonna slide. Go to do that again. Now we just put ka, just so y'all can know how to spell it. Those are double characters. The beginning of a sentence, the middle or the end of a sentence. Bear with me 1 second. For new brothers and sisters who coming in, go ahead and comment down that you need a chart, just so we can go ahead and give you a chart. I'll make sure to get it to you as soon as possible. So next character is going to be La. That's La, and this is the ancient or Salagi. This is a Syrian Hebrew. The Syrian is only a bastardized language for the ancient Hebrew. That's all it is. You have to study this. You have to really be on it. The Most High is coming quicker than you ever imagine, than you can ever imagine. He's coming quick. He's coming back ASAP, especially with all these things that's happening in today's time. You don't want to get caught on the wrong hand of the Most High. If you do, man, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be fun. So we encourage brothers and sisters, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to get in these classes. Actually show your face. If you're unable to show your face because of the distance or where you live or anything, find a school that's near you. Get into the class, because these classes are our shelters. We live for these classes. We live to bring our brothers and sisters out of bondage, out of Egypt. Egypt means bondage. Second Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So that's what the ISUPK is doing. We're rightly dividing the word of truth. These Christian pastors, this Buddhist people, or religion, this Catholic religion, they don't have the truth. They don't know the law. There is no law in them. That's why they're failing. They're failing you. You have no say so with them. You can, if something happens, if it's a natural disaster or something, national disaster, they will close their doors. They proved it plenty of times. They will close their doors and they will lock them. You wouldn't have no safe haven. You wouldn't have anything. Because why? Rightly dividing the words of truth. They're not the truth. So we have to come out of that. We have to come out of that oppression, that Christianity shit, mentality. Next word is going to be ma. There's two characters to ma. Beginning of a sentence, middle, I'm putting in parentheses so you don't have to copy the parentheses now, but middle or end of a sentence. All right? There's two characters. And now we're on ma. And the Assyrian language is only a bastardized language from the Hebrew, from the ancient, from our actual language. Study to show thyself approved. Get in these classes. Actually meditate on his words. Study and study these the ancient Hebrew, your language. Study it. Because if you study it, you will be showing yourself to the Most High that you are approved. All right, we're gonna go to the next word or the next character. That's gonna be na. And that's na. The men of the ISUPK are learnt men. So come get taught how to be a priest and prophet of the Most High. Come get taught how to be a sister of the UPK, how to be a sister to your sisters, and a brother to your brother. Actually get taught. And not just go off of your own understanding. Lean not unto your own understanding. If you don't have a chart, go ahead and comment it down in the comment section. We'll make sure to get you a chart. We're gonna go ahead and move on. That was na. Now we're gonna go to sa. That is how you make sa in the Assyrian language. All right, I'm going to speed this up a little bit more so we can go and have time for some definitions. The I, that's I. Now we're going to go ahead and move on. Like I said, Salaki, if I'm going a little too fast, go ahead and comment it down in the comment section that you don't have a chart or that you need a little bit more assistance, and we'll go ahead and make that happen. Now we're going to go ahead and go with the pa. Pa. Beginning of a sentence. This is another double character. Beginning of a sentence. Or beginning of a word. Salaki. Beginning of a word. End of a word. or a middle or end of a word. Going to put them in parentheses. You don't have to copy the parentheses, but I'm just going to highlight it. Just making it to highlight it. So, beginning of a word, middle or end of a word. These are double characters. We're going to move on. Now we're going to go ahead with the tazah. Also, another double character. That is tazah in the Assyrian. I'm going to speed it up. So, tazah qua is next. Qua. That's how you make qua in the Assyrian. Go ahead and move on. Ra. That's how you make Ra in the Assyrian. Shah. And that's how you make Shah in the Assyrian. Last but not least, Dot. And that's how you make thought in the Assyrian. If you don't have a chart, a Hebrew characters chart, go ahead and comment it down in the comment section, but we'll make sure to get it over to you as soon as possible. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and comment it down in the comment section. We'll make sure to get it over to you. If you guys don't mind, comment, like, and share the class. Share it to your people. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get to these definitions. So, we're going to go with the definitions. Like I have something or I need something. I. It's going to be on. Yeah. Anya. That's how you say I. And the ancient Hebrew is na, then ya, then or like so like no I at the end, but na, ya. Now we have something called the connectors, all right? With Assyrian, or not Assyrian, I'm sorry. With the ancient Hebrew, you are gonna have connectors. So that is singular. The upside down, I like to call it a sad face or a happy face, but I don't want to really say that. But we're gonna just call it that for now until I get more clarification on that. Then the na, then the ya is gonna be blended together. That is gonna be plural, so it's just a happy face. So an ya. But notice without the connectors, right? You only have a, na, ya. That is not a word. So you will have to put the connectors to it. So a singular, na and the ya becomes together makes or Salagi. Wait a minute. No, Salagi. The a and the na is and then the ya is set singular. Anya. Salagi for that. That's my mistake. Next word is gonna be ice. Ice. For the word ice is gonna be ga la ya. Gana la ya. Gala ya. That's how you say ice. How you would write it out in the ancient Hebrew is ga la ya. So ga la ya da. That's how you have it as you see it right now. But if you add the connectors, it's gonna be ga la and ya. That's how you make galaya connect, and that's how you make a word. Next word is gonna be icon. Icon. The word for icon is gonna be ya qua one yan. Ayakwa wanyan. That's how you say icon in the Hebrew. I'm gonna write it up under ya qua wa na ayakwa wana, right? Wana ya na, but together is yan. Ya na. But if you go in at the character or like the connectors, it's gonna be ya qua yan or one. So like since you're connecting these together, it's gonna become one sound, which is one. Without the connector, it would just be wad and the not. But you connected it, so it's gonna become one sound. One. Then with the yan as well. Yan. ya kwa wanyan. Ya kwa wanyan. That's how you say icon. Next word is going to be identity. The word for identity is going to be dama. I'm going to separate these so y'all can understand, so y'all won't get too confused on where I'm going. Identity is going to be dama. Da and ma. In the ancient Hebrew, it's going to be da and ma. It's a lot. For identity, that's how you would say identity. Da ma. Da and ma. Singular by itself, then plural together. So the word for I is Anya. This is Anya in the ancient Hebrew. The word for ice, or it's like it. Yeah, the word for ice is Galayad. Galayad. With this connector, you will put it together to make Yad. The word for icon is Ayakwawanya. Ayakwawanya. Ayakwawanyan. That's how you say icon in the ancient Hebrew. Identity is Dama. Dama. Da, then a ma. All right, we're going to go and move on to the next set of words. All right. So the next word is idle. Idle. The word for idle is batal. That's how you say idle. How you write idle, or how you write idle is ba ta de la ba tal. See how that works? Without the connectors, you just have ba ta la. But to get an actual word, you have to add the connectors. Ba tal. Next word is going to be if. The word if. Like if I were to do something. If I may. The word for if is going to be How you write is then ma. Then ma, right? You put the connectors with it, makes Next word is going to be ignorant. The word for ignorant is going to be bawar. Bawar. How to write it in the ancient Hebrew is going to be wa, ra. Ra. But as soon as I add on the connectors to it, it's going to be by itself. Add these two together, war, war. And that's how you do the connectors for the ancient Syrian, ancient Hebrew. Next word is going to be ill. 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 Like another word for sick. Ill. To write ill in the Hebrew is going to be makala. Makala. That would how to write ill makala in the ancient Hebrew is going to be makala ha. Makala ha. But if I add the connectors to it, it's makala. Next word is going to be illegal. Any comments, please comment it down in the comment section. And I'll make sure to try to get it to you as best as possible. Next word is going to be illegal. Illegal. That's going to be balathia. Balathia. How to write balathia, illegal, in the ancient Hebrew, it's going to be ba, la, ya. Balathaya. But, like I said, you got to add the connectors. Ba, la, or it's like. Ba, la, and ya. Ba, la, ya. Next word is going to be imagine / idol. Or sluggy image. / idol. Image / idol. How you say image / idol is gonna be tazalam. Tazalam. That's how you say image / idol. Tazalam. How you write tazalam is taza La ma. Taza la ma. But it don't make sense, right? So you gotta add the connectors. Taza lam. Now that becomes a word. That becomes image / item. Going to give you guys a few seconds to copy that down. If you have anything to any questions, comments, or anything, go ahead and put it down on the comment board or comment section. Salaki, sir, we got a question. It says, Salaki, sir, what is the purpose of the double characters and why do certain letters have them? Salaki, sir, if you could.
Well, the double character was made during. It's actually, if you think about the Assyrians and the bastardized alphabet, so yet it is confusing, but it doesn't. It does match. It does go align with the ancient. It does have a double character, but I believe that it describes the characters to make one. It actually gives the alphabet a stronger. It gives it more of a. Well, how would you say it? I don't want to say masculine. I don't want to say masculine at all, but it's just the double character. It's just what it is. Basically, one is for the beginning of the word, and one's for the I mean for the end of the word. But as far as that goes with the Assyrian, it is confusing because it did come out during a bastardized age.
That's right.
So it is kind of confusing. But when it comes to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, our natural language was the ancient.
Right.
So the reason why we do go off of the Assyrian is just to combat what this bastardized language that the so-called Jewish man uses.
Right.
But yet it's still, if you go back to the ancient words and on tablets, it was written in the ancient. So me going deep into it, I got kind of confused. So Salaki on that, I will have to ask somebody above me, and then I'll give you a stronger answer for that.
Sir, if I may, can I
Go ahead.
get the harsh the harsh answer? Because oppression is a goddamn devil. That's why it's so confusing. Because he took your language and made it something else, and also he made that something else what he created confusing for you.
Right.
I'm going to give you guys a couple more seconds to write that down. Hopefully, brother, we answered your question. Brother or sister, Salakia. Going to give you guys a couple more seconds. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next word. I'm going to take all these down. All right. Next word is going to be imitate. Imitate. How you say imitate in the Hebrew is going to be kwa. Ka kwa. Next word is going to be immediately. The word for immediately is going to be taka. Next word is going to be in. Like I am traveling in somewhere or I'm going in a building or something. In. I in. How you say in the Hebrew is going to be ba. That's how you say in. Next word is going to be inside. How you say inside in the Hebrew is going to be panayam. Panayamya. Panayamya. Pan. Ya. Or it's like it. Pan na. Yum. Yan. Or ya. It's like it. Panayamya. Panayamya. That's how you say inside. Next word is going to be inspect. INSPECT. Like I expect to get something. Or I'm inspecting this place. That's going to be qua bar. Or it's like it. Ba core. Ba core. That's how you say inspect. Next word is going to be interpret. Interpret. Next, how you say interpret is parash. Going to give you guys a couple seconds to write those down. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how to write them in the ancient Hebrew. All right. We're going to write it down in the ancient Hebrew. So for the first word, it's going to be imitate. Ka-kwa. Ka. All right, so for ka-kwa, for imitate, you're going to add a ha. So it's going to be ka-kwa, then ha. Ka-kwa, ha. But you can make a word if you put the characters or the like connectors. Ka-kwa. Happy face, happy. That's what I call it for lying. All right, for the next word, it's going to be immediately. Zaka. It's going to be za, then ka, then pa. So it's going to be da, ka. Without these, it's just going to be da, ka, pa. Da, ka, pa. But with the connectors, you will actually make a word. So you need the connectors. So it's da, ka. In is the next word. In, like I am going in somewhere. It's going to be ba. It's going to be ba. That's how you make in the ancient Hebrew. Inside is the next word. It's going to be panayamya. Panayamya. That's how you say inside. It's going to be pa, na, ya, ma, and another ya. Pa, na, nam. On, na, panayamya. That's how you say inside. Panayamya. Inspect. It's going to be bakwar. Ba, kwa, ra. Ba, kwa, ra. But you got to make those, got to put those, like, you have to put those connectors. Ba, kwa. For the next word, interpret, it's going to be parash. Pa, ra, pa, ra, sha. That's how you do it if you don't know what you're doing. You're going to have to put the connectors to know what you're doing, to know what you're saying, to know what you're spelling out. It's going to be pa, add the connector, to put it together, that's going to be rash. Singular, together. Pa, rash. Going to give you guys a couple seconds to do that. Any other questions or comments? Go ahead and leave them down in the comment section. Get right to you. Qadash.
It's working, but yeah, I just gotta take it out. This gone.
Oh, it's a lot for not putting in Syrian too.
No, you talk.
Alright.
I'm gonna get it down right now.
Gone.
You wanna walk you out right now, or?
Shit. I mean,
No, I mean, yeah, right now. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, give me a second.
You just gotta make sure you look like every hour.
Yeah, I'm up.
Oh, yeah, you good.
Just close it on your way out.
Okay, come on, sir.
What?
Yeah. Shit, when you got it.
All right, come on. Go on.
You on the other side of the squat, huh?
Yeah, cut.
Oh, I fucking hate that.
Mhm.
Man.
The next word is interview. The word for interview in the Hebrew is ra. Slocky, give me a quick second. Brothers at the back do it. Oh, okay, no sweat. All right, I'm gonna use blue marker because this black is kind of, you know. Okay. The word's interview. The word for interview is ra'ayawam. Ra'ayawam. Ra'ayawam is how you would say interview. Ra'ayawam is how you would say interview. The next word is intimate. The word for intimate is ma'qarab. The next word is invade. The word for invade in the Hebrew is palash. The next word is iron. The word for iron in the Hebrew is barazal. Let me just double check something. I see in the comments somebody said there was no sound. Let me just double check. Can you hear me? Double checking. I guess let me make sure the sound. Somebody saying there's no sound. Let's see if we got that back. All right. Okay, we do. Awesome. All right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and write him out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. The word interview. For the Ra, we're going to go write out the Ra, the Ah, the Ya, the Wa, and the Ma. Now you want to connect them. Singular, 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 and that's the connector right there. When you see those right there, when you see a sign like that, you see this. When you see this under an alphabet, that makes that sound singular. I don't know if the brother wrote that, but if you see that, if you're gonna normally when you see this sign, you're gonna see it under two words, no matter what. That brings those sounds together. That's a connector. It connects those sounds, so just know that's the connector. Now I'm gonna go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. So this is the Ra, the Ah, the Ya, the Wa, and remember the Ma is a double character. Since this Ma is at the end of the word, you're going to use the second character Ma. And when you write in the Assyrian, remember the Assyrian doesn't have the same connectors as the ancient. It's just written straight out. Now I'm going to go to the next word, is intimate. In intimate in the Hebrew is ma korab. I'm going to go ahead and write the ma. I'm starting in the ancient. The ma, the qua, the ma qua, the ra, and the ba. Singular, singular, you're going to connect that. All right, remember that now I'm going to write it in the Assyrian. Remember, the ma is a double character, so since it's the beginning of the word, you're going to write the first character of the ma. So ma, qua, ra, ba. Makorab. That's how you would write that in the Assyrian. The next word is invade. The word for invade is palaj. This is the pa, the la, and the sha. And now I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the Assyrian. Remember, the pa is a double character. So since it's in the beginning of the word, you're going to write the first character of the pa. So pa, la. That's how you would write that. Now the next word is iron. The word for iron is barazal. Go ahead and write it out. This is the ba. This is the ba, the ra, the za, and the la. Singular, singular, the connector. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. The ba, the ra, the za, and the la. The first word is interview. The word for interview is ra'awam. Ra'ayawam. That's how you write that in the ancient. That's how you write this in the ancient. This is how you write this in the Assyrian. The next word is makorab. This is how you would write makorab in the ancient. This is how you write makorab in the Assyrian. The next word is invade. The word for invade is palaj. This is how you write palaj in the ancient. This is how you write palaj in the Assyrian. The next word is iron. The word for iron is barazal. This is how you write barazal in the ancient. This is how you write barazal in the Assyrian. If anybody does need a chart, let me know. If you are on Facebook or if you are on YouTube, go ahead and put it in the comment board, and I can send one to you via Messenger. If you are on YouTube, go ahead and put your email in. I can send it to your email. It's no problem. So you can go home and exercise it. You know, it's a good thing to go ahead and exercise your language. This is a biblical language given to you by the Lord as a Black, Hispanic, and Native American man. And since the ISUPK has came back to the earth to give the world the truth, they have been teaching the Lashawan. So it's a good thing to get in these classes and learn your language, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, because this is a language that has been stripped of you. Like where you wonder where all these awesome names come from when you come into the school and you start looking at the brothers and the sisters, how they got these amazing names. They're actually Hebrew names. These are actual names you probably would have heard in the days of old. But since you're under your oppressor, now you hear the names of your oppressor like Brandon and all these other names that just sound common in America. But when it comes to like Haratazak, Gadalhar, you hear those names, they sound taboo in America. But in actuality, those are strong, manly names that were given to the blacks and Hispanic and Native Americans when we were serving the Lord and doing the right things. But that's why the ISUPK is so important, that you get back into these classes and you start learning how to serve the Lord correctly. So what you want to do is get in these classes and start getting sharp. You know, the Lord says, study and show thyself approved. Get in here, study. You know what time it is. You see the sign. You see what's going on. Like the Lord ain't calling you to watch these classes. You know what's going on. But I digress. I'm going to go ahead and get back into this. I'm going to go ahead and erase this. I'm going to go ahead and proceed. But yeah, you know what the Lord's calling you to do when you watch these, and you want to learn your language and wonder why you so fired up about your nation, because the Lord is calling you to love your people. That's what we got to start doing, loving our people. Not as we got to start loving each other collectively as a nation, not as an individual. You know, because Jay-Z doing all right. But my brothers down here in San Bernardino on these corners, they need some help, man. Some help Jay-Z ain't willing to give out. So this is where you got real brothers who love their people out there standing up doing it. So you got to commend brothers that really serve the Lord and love their people. Okay. We'll keep going. All right. We're going to go into it. The next word is keep. The word for keep in the Hebrew is shamar. The next word is key. The word for key in the Hebrew is ma pa ta. Oh, Salaki, that's with the CH. Ma pa ta. The next word is kidney. The word for kidney in the Hebrew is ka la ya. Kalaya. The next word is kill. The word for kill in the Hebrew is ha ra. Excuse my writing. If y'all see it and look like some chicken scratch, get me. Like, hey, bro, get back up there right there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start. The word is keep. The word for keep in the Hebrew is shamar. So you want to start with the shah. That's the shah right there. The shah, the ma, and the ra, the mar. That makes it shamar, the ra. This is how we're going to make it the shamar. We're going to give it the sound now. Right now, you just see in the alphabet. The shah makes that sound singular. Now, the ma and the ra put together, we're going to connect those right there. That's what's going to give it that shamar. Okay? That's how you would write it out in the ancient. Now, we're going to go ahead and write it out in the Assyrian. That's the shah in the Assyrian, okay? And remember, the ma is a double character, but the characters of the ma, when you're using the double character, the first characters used in the beginning are the middle of the word. The second character is always used at the end. In this case, it's in the middle of the word. So you're going to use the first ma. Ma, and then the ra. That's how you would write that in the Assyrian. Now we're going to move on to the next word. The word is key. The word for key is mapata. So we're going to write out the ma, and we're going to write out the pa, then we're going to write out the ta, and then we're going to write out the ha. Right? Well, now we're going to bring life to these sounds. Now we're going to make that sound singular. The ma, the pa, and then the da and the ha will make it dak. Mapata. That's how you would write that in the ancient. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. Remember, the ma is a double character. So you're going to write that. And since in the beginning, you're going to write that first character of the ma. So you can get that ma. And remember, the pa is also a double character. Since the pa is in the middle of the word, you're going to use the since in the beginning or the middle of the word, you can use that first pa. Pa. And then you're going to write that da. And then you're going to write out the cha. Right? That means excuse me in the Hebrew. That's how you write that in the Assyrian. Excuse me. The next word is kidney. The word for kidney is kalaya. So we're going to write the cha. That's not a cha. That's a ka. Salaki. That's the cha. That's the la. This is the ya. And this is the ha. I'll bring life to it. The cha, the la, and the ya. That's how you would write that. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. The ka is also a double character. Since it's in the beginning of the word, you can use the first ka. So cha, la, ya. That's how you would write that in the Assyrian. Now I'm going to go ahead and write the next word. The next word is kill. The word for kill is ha-ra. So this is the ha, the ra, and the ga. I'll bring life to it. This is ha, and then put the connectors. It makes it ra. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the Assyrian. Ha, ra, ga. Okay, the first word is keep. The word for keep is shamar. This is how you write shamar in the ancient. This is how you write shamar in the Assyrian. The next word is key. The word for key is mapatak. This is how you write mapatak in the ancient. This is how you write mapatak in the Assyrian. The next word is kidney. The word for kidney is kalaya. Kalaya. This is how you write kalaya in the ancient. This is how you write kalaya in the Assyrian. The next word is kill. The word for kill is harag. This is how you write harag in the ancient. This is how you write harag in the Assyrian. Like the water. The next word is kin. The word for kin in the Hebrew is kwa, ra, wa, karawa. The next word is kind. The word for kind in the Hebrew is ma, yan. Mayan. The next word is king. The word for king in the Hebrew is malak. The next word is kingdom. The word for kingdom in the Hebrew is malak wa. Go ahead and write it out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. Qua, ra, wa, ba. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. The qua, the ra, ba. The next word is kind. The word for kind is mayan. Ma, ya, na. The ma, remember the ma is a double character, so you're going to use that first ma. And the na is a double character as well. So you use that second character of the na. The next word is king. The word for king is malak. So ma, la, cha. Remember the ma is a double character, so you're going to use that ma, la, and remember the ka is also a double character. So you're going to use the second character of the ka because it's at the end of the word. The next word is king. The word for king is malakwath. So you're going to go ma, la, wa, ta. Now we're going to bring it to life. This is that ma. Now the la and the cha, you're going to make it la by connecting it. Ma, la, and then you got the wa and the ta. Make wa, ta. It would say wa, ta. But when you connect it, it makes wa. That's how you would make those connectors. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. The ma is a double character, remember, so you're going to write that first character of the ma because it's in the beginning of the word. The ma, then you're going to write out that la. And remember, the ka is also a double character since it's in the middle of the word. You're going to use that first ka, the ka, and then you got the wa. And you got the ta. The first word is kin. The word for kin in the Hebrew is kwarab. Kwarab. That's how you write kwarab in the ancient. This is how you would write in the Assyrian. The next word is kind. The word for kind is mayan. This is how you would write mayan in the ancient. This is how you write mayan in the Assyrian. The next word is king. The word for king is malak. This is how you write malak in the ancient. This is how you write malak in the Assyrian. The next word is kingdom. The word for kingdom is malakwath. This is how you write malakwath in the ancient. This is how you write malakwath in the Assyrian. That's the end of this class. We will see you next Friday. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Brakathum to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar, Eladah Bahashem, Yahweh Shah to the sisters.